two main flies that affect sheep and goats would be the housefly and the stable fly. Now the housefly is primarily just a nuisance fly, but the stable fly is a biting fly, so it can have a real impact on the health and well-being of a flock of sheep or goats. It only takes 50 to 60 per animal to have a real impact on sheep and goats. So controlling those flies are really important to a producer. Diseases in sheep and goats that we see would be, first, let's talk about mastitis. That's a problem that we see where those flies are on the teats of those animals and causes sores. She goes out, lays down in the manure under a tree, get viruses or bacteria up in that mammary gland, and boom, we've got a problem. We've got mastitis. Other diseases that we see would be pink eye, spread by the flies. We all have heard about that in other times. Salmonella, that can be really devastating in a flock. And then sometimes we see the spread of tuberculosis and perhaps even botulism. I've never seen that in a flock myself, but I do know that it can be a problem in certain parts of the country. What it causes is stress. When we talk about, a fly infestation, especially those stable flies, because they're a biting fly, they remove blood, they'll cause those animals to bunch up. When we have stress, we have loss of productivity. Animals that are lactating, their milk production is not gonna be to the level that we expect. Flies just have a really large impact on the health of an animal. When we have those kind of problems, we're gonna have to treat, we're gonna have to go in there, get those animals up, bring them up to a corral, run them through a chute, do whatever medication that we need to take care of whatever various problem that we have. Stress, if it's bad enough and we have the particular infestations that can cause death loss, that adds up quick when we talk about our bottom line. ClariFly is one of our insect growth regulator products that is a chitin inhibitor. So we're not treating the flies, what we're doing is treating the manure. So whatever our delivery system is, whether it's through a complete feed, a loose mineral, perhaps a tub, the animal consumes it, the sheep or goat consumes it, goes all the way through her digestive system. So we're treating the manure. Those flies lay their eggs in that manure. They hatch, that larva comes in contact with the compound, with the diflubenzuron, and is not able to go on to the next stage, next larval stage, if you will. And consequently, we stop the life cycle of that fly. I would suggest that someone start using ClariFly 30 days before they normally see flies. We want that compound in there as soon as flies emerge, start laying eggs. We want those flies laying eggs into treated manure. So 30 days before. When do we stop? At the end of the season, we want it to be 30 days after the first hard freeze. We want to make sure we've completed the whole life cycle so that we get to the very end and we don't have any flies emerging. So that's going to help us in the next season. We're going to have lower emergence. We're going to have fewer flies when we start over. Year in, year out, a producer will see less flies every year from the time he starts using it.